I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Music Theory Tuition series where I work with you step by step through the ABRSM Discovering Music Theory grades. I'll work through every single exercise and explain everything you need to know. You can access information about the books I have available to help you on my website. Go to sharonbill.com. For advert-free and longer lessons, you can become a patron at patreon.com/SharonBill. If you can give me a like, that would be super, and please do subscribe to my channel to stay updated. You can support this channel by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/SharonBill. We move on now to page 15 of the Grade 4 Discovering Music Theory workbook, and we'll look further at the topic of grouping and beaming notes because we need to be able to properly reflect the time signature so that we can see where each new beat falls. And the first exercise refers back to the new time signature 4/8. And I will just draw your attention back to page 8 where we were told that notes shorter than a crotchet are beamed to make half bars. So we can beam to show crotchet beats rather than quaver beats. However, it is also accurate and correct to beam things to show each quaver beat, especially when we've got lots and lots of small divisions such as demi-semi-quavers. So we can choose to show each quaver beat so that we can definitely see where each beat falls. And actually, here you see we've got a bit of a muddle because we've got a quaver beat, and then here we've got a crotchet beat, and then here we've got a quaver beat. So this is neither one nor the other really, so that won't do it. And then here we've got a quaver beat, and then we've got a bit of a jumble of everything going on. And so here you can see we have two semi-quavers which give us a quaver, then we have a quaver, and then we have a semi-quaver, and the dot gives us a demi-semi, and then another demi-semi, which those two together will give us a semi-quaver, and we know that two semi-quavers equals a quaver, and that's beamed as a quaver, and there's a quaver. So we can easily see beat 1, 2, 3, 4. When we've got lots of small time divisions, we can just go to properly reflecting that quaver beat. So that's the one. These two are neither one nor the other, are they? Moving on, now 6/4, if you remember, is compound time. So we need to show 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And so we got to beam. So although this looks like an awful lot of quavers beamed together, we can see there's one crotchet beat, two crotchet beats, three crotchet beats. That's the first dotted minning beat of the bar. Here's the second dotted minning beat of the bar. So that's actually correct. Here, this is grouped in simple time because you can see we're actually beamed here in minning beats. What that is actually is 3/2, not 6/4. And the way that sounds in performance is very different because the accents fall in completely different places. That's duple time, that's triple time. So we've got 3 beats. The musical accents is completely different. So it just shows how important it is to properly beam to reflect the time signature. And then here we've got a random crotchet beat group, then we've got a minim, then we've got a crotchet, then we've got a minim, and it's just like, where's the beat? The poor musician who's got to play that is going to be in a muddle. And so hopefully if you've got the idea of this now, perhaps you can just press pause and just jump in and have a go. Do try as soon as you possibly can, and then we can check through these together. So I'm hoping that you've had a go of the remainder of this exercise. Let's check it through together. So here, this is the à la brève, the 2/2. À la brève means counting in minning beats actually. So 2/2, and we need to show that. And so although this bit here seems like there's a crotchet beat, there's a crotchet beat, this is unnecessarily complicated. There's no need for that tie, we just need a minim. So that's not necessary. Here, now this is in 3s, isn't it? This is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then of course because it's not written in compound time, the math doesn't work out. We've got this one odd quaver left. It doesn't work like that. Whereas here we can see there's 3/4 of a crotchet beat, quarter of a crotchet beat, that gives us a crotchet. 2/4 and a half gives us a crotchet. There's our first minning beat, there's minning beat 2. We can easily see beat 1, beat 2. Let's look at this next one. So 9/16 is compound time and it's triple. We need to see 3 dotted quaver beats per bar. So this bit starts off okay, 1, 2, 3, but then we have 1 semi-quaver beat, and then the dot and the demi-semi gives us another semi-quaver beat. So we've got actually 1 quaver, not a dotted quaver, and then here we've got a quaver and a quaver. So it starts off okay, and then it slips into simple time, the accents, and we can't see where each beat properly falls. So here we have 1, 2, 3. Because 1 quaver is 2 semis, there's our final. There's beat 1. The dot with the demi-semi is beat 2, there's beat 3. That's our dotted quaver. 1, 2, 3. So that's correct. We can easily see there's our group 1, group 2, group 3 dotted quaver beats. Much easier to perform. It starts off okay. That's okay. But then this is unnecessary. We don't need a tie. We just need the quaver. So that's just unnecessarily complicated. That just needs to be a quaver. And then finally, 9/8 again is compound time. We need to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's going to be 3 dotted crochet beats per bar. We need to clearly see 3 clear beats. So there's beat 1. This duplicate tells us that's 2 in the time of 3, so there's beat 2. And then here we have beat 3 because we have a quaver, and then that's a semi-quaver, and then that's worth a demi-semi with this demi-semi. Altogether that gives us a quaver. That's a quaver, and the performer will just see there's beat 3. So here, that's okay, yes, that is okay, but it needs to be beamed, doesn't it? You don't have them individually, so that's not right there. And then here, that seems okay, but then we've got this random poor lonely quaver all left alone. It should be beamed together there. So that's that exercise completed. And then finally we get a little opportunity to try our hand with the time signatures. And we've done this before, there's nothing new here at all. The time signatures may be kind of new, but the principle remains. Here we can see we've got 9 quaver beats per bar. And then here we can see we've got 9 semi-quaver beats per bar. So we can see that we're actually halving everything. And then we'll need to beam things appropriately so that we can definitely see 3 dotted quaver beats per bar. So before I go ahead and do this, I'm going to just do my thinking first. And so perhaps you can just press pause, have a go, sketch out what needs to happen above here, and then write it out, unless you just feel brave and you want to go for it. So do have a go and then pop back into the video. So let's see how we've done here. So they've done the first bit for us, but let's get our thinking clear. A dotted crochet halved becomes a dotted quaver, crochet becomes a quaver, quaver becomes a semi-quaver, so we're going to have to beam that. That's what they've done. And that's why I'm writing it above, just in case I'm going to have to beam where it perhaps didn't occur before, just to save me having to keep rubbing out tails and things. So that will become semi, quaver, demi, demi, semi. So all of those will be beamed as it is here, but we need to add an extra beam to halve the values. And then a crochet becomes a quaver, and a quaver becomes a semi-quaver. So they will be beamed to show our group of 3 semiquavers to make a dotted quaver beat. And then a dotted minim becomes a dotted crotchet. And then here, just get the blobs in. These are, because they're getting halved, we're still going to need to beam them. So they are going to become, so these are going to become semiquavers, and these first ones are going to become demi-semis. That's going to be a dotted quaver, and that's going to be a dotted quaver rest. So that's all of the thinking done. So we just need to write it out. This is the nice relaxing bit. Just a little bit of manuscript. By all means, use a ruler to keep it nice and tidy. Sort of sloping a bit there, aren't I? There we go. And then these are going to be beamed. And that's the semiquaver. So we don't have that all the way across, otherwise that would make that into a semiquaver, wouldn't it? That's that. And then here, get the notes in again. Do the outside ones and then beam it. And the stems can be about right. So I'm going to need another beam to make these last ones semiquavers, and then these can become demi-semiquavers. Then we have a dotted quaver and a dotted quaver rest. Let's just check the timing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. That's correct. That's that challenge completed. That's that page completed. And that's the chapter completed. I hope this is helpful to your studies. Please do like and subscribe to stay updated. If you'd like to support this channel, you can buy me a coffee, and for advert-free lessons, you can become a patron. Do visit my website where you'll find many resources available to help you. Visit sharonbill.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.